When someone comes in to buy a ring, they've got to feel good. They've got to understand it's the beginning of a journey.
Yeah.
And so the whole experience has to be unbelievable, and that's what we try to do at the Diamond Factory.
Did you know that on average, couples hire 15 vendors for their wedding? Have you thought of who the very first wedding vendor was? Let me give you a hint. Engagement ring. When my fiance proposed, he mentioned how he did a worldwide search to find the best diamond for the best price. He finally discovered Diamond Factory here in Dallas, the only diamond showroom with an in-house factory in the United States. Today, I have a truly exceptional guest joining us, one of the partners of Diamond Factory, Barry Adler. We're discovering all things wedding, from will you marry me to you may kiss the bride. I'm your host, Andrea. Welcome to the Bridal Club. So we are at a Diamond Factory with one of the partners. This is where Justin, my fiance, got my beautiful engagement ring. And I want to talk to you guys about Barry and his showroom because it's one of a kind, truly. So Barry, why don't you introduce yourself, tell us who you are, and about Diamond Factory.
So my name's Barry Adler. I came to the United States from South Africa. It must be about 35 years ago. I came here, we created, first of all, I came here wholesaling diamonds directly from the mines out of South Africa, and slowly evolved into a retail operation. Basically, we were wholesaling diamonds and manufacturing and cutting diamonds in Dallas, Texas. We were the first diamond cutting facility in Texas and one of the very few in the United States. So from the diamond cutting and diamond wholesale, we slowly evolved over the years and became a retail operation that supplies diamonds directly to the public, where they can actually cut out the middleman. We have a diamond factory in our store, as you can see. So when you walk in, you actually see the diamonds being cut by our diamond cutters. And most of the diamonds that are cut then go onto our floor, into our showcases, and the people coming in can actually see the diamonds that have been cut. And we have a very, very good selection of diamonds.
Which is amazing that you mentioned this. So, of course, if you're listening to this podcast, you're not going to be able to see this, but make sure that you go to our YouTube channel so you can actually see everything behind this amazing showroom. As he mentioned, they have a cutting
facility on site, right?
And again, it's like right behind us. And you can see, I mean, to me, and I've said this before a lot of times, but to me, it's like a museum experience because you come into this beautiful showroom that they keep expanding, by the way.
Right.
They keep every time I come back, it's like bigger and bigger.
Yes, we're making it bigger and bigger. We're getting a bigger and bigger following, and we need more space. So the nice thing about the showroom is the fact that you come in here and you actually get the full experience of seeing diamonds being cut, which is, like you say, going into a museum, but really it's a real factory that's cutting diamonds, that's manufacturing in real time. So you really see, and what we also do is if somebody comes into the store, we'll actually take them into the diamond factory if they want to go. And we have gone as far as allowing some people to cut a facet on the diamond, like the final facet, and they can say, which they really do, is, hey, I cut the final facet on my diamond that I'm proposing with. And it's just a great story we find, you know?
Great story, great experience. And you guys are located in Dallas, but you serve basically the entire world, is that right?
Yes, we do. We actually, you know, originally, like I said to you, when we were wholesaling diamonds and manufacturing diamonds, we supplied all over the United States, from Los Angeles to New York. We were supplying people overseas in Europe. So we've been all over the world. We've been distributing diamonds for a long time.
So I said this before also, but Justin did a worldwide search when he was looking for my ring. And he had a very specific, you know, design in mind, and he went to South Africa, like literally everywhere. South Africa, the UK, New York, and he was talking to all these different, you know, companies and showrooms and all kinds of different dealers, and he ended up finding them and they truly had the best pricing for exactly what Justin wanted, and they were able to customize that, which we're gonna go into more details here shortly. But I want to talk to you about obviously engagement rings. I know you have a little bit of everything, and you do, like my amazing necklace that I'm wearing, and my bracelet, and I'm bedazzled by you guys. Is that bedazzled the way that you say it?
And we really appreciate it.
I just love this store.
You're a great customer, and you just and you carry our goods wonderfully.
And I absolutely love coming here, as I said. So I want to talk to you about engagement rings, because most of our customer or most of our audience is actually gonna be looking at this because of engagement rings.
Right.
So tell me more, like for those who have no idea what the 4 C's are. I kind of know because I actually worked for a jeweler for a few years. So tell me a little bit more about the 4 C's, what they mean, what they should be looking for, what is okay for them to kind of like oversee a little bit, and the most important factors.
I mean, so when you're looking for a diamond, obviously the first thing you want to decide, which you can get a good feel for, is the shape of the diamond. Once you've determined the shape of the diamond and you kind of determine your budget, what you can afford, what parameter of dollar amount you can stay within, then you start to shop for the actual diamond. And there's a basic strategy to that. Like you said, you've got the 4 C's, you've got color, clarity, cut, and carat weight, which is the weight of the diamond. Probably the 2 most important things would be clarity and color, but what gives it the light performance is the cut of the diamond. So after usually your color and your clarity gets determined within your budget.
Okay.
And the size of the diamond. So once you've got that worked out, you always want to buy the best made diamond, because it has the most brilliance as far as the light going into the diamond being reflected and coming back out will actually determine the brilliance of the diamond. And I always tell people, sometimes you can study diamonds, you can read about them, you can go online, but at the end of the day, you've actually got to come in, have a look at the diamond and see which one actually jumps out at you, and you kind of get a personal vibe towards the diamond. That is the diamond for me. That is the one that I like the most. And so after you've determined all the 4 C's and you get the best possible cut, which will give you your brilliance, you then becomes kind of like a diamond with its own personality. And the one that jumps out at you is the one that I would recommend you go with, because that's usually the best one.
I love that. And I also love the fact that Leanne, for instance, was Justin's sales rep, and she's amazing. I always keep coming to her, and she was super amazing for Justin, for the experience when he was buying my diamond, and he came and saw all the different diamonds, and she was super, super nice. So I love how welcoming the atmosphere is in this store. It's almost like a family,
Correct.
Right?
Yes. When somebody comes in here, the most important thing, listen, when you're buying a diamond, it's really your first experience in your whole trip going down going down the aisle and getting your wedding venues and picking everything. This usually is your first stop, is picking out a diamond. And so it's got to be a good experience, because that's how you start your whole relationship. You start your marriage from really when you buy a diamond. And so we make sure that all our people that work here are very well educated and take care of the customers and put the customers first, and give them all the information they can to make them feel comfortable and understand what they're buying, that it's a great experience.
I love that you said that, because I just studied that in average, every couple has about 15 wedding vendors. And the very first one, who is probably not even counting those 15 in average, is the diamond. So it really does make, as you said, like it kind of like opens the door of your wedding journey. And I think it's super important and super special.
Very important. So the first impression, the first whatever you want to call it, the first experience you have going into your marriage and your engagement is really buying the diamond.
Yeah.
So you want that to be a great experience.
I love it. I love it. Let's talk a little bit about lab-grown diamonds versus mine. A lot of people don't know what the difference is, and they don't understand why one is a lot less expensive than the other. I personally have, like the necklace that I'm wearing right now is a lab-grown. However, my engagement ring is a real diamond. For Justin, it was very important for that for that diamond to be mined. But there's a little bit of everything, and there's a little bit of everything for everyone who has different budgets.
So basically, honestly, what it comes down to is budget. Mined diamonds are diamonds that come from the earth, that have been growing under, deep down in the earth for billions of years. A lab-grown diamond is now a diamond where they've taken all the material. It actually grows from a seed of a natural diamond. That's how it's taught. They take a little slice of a natural diamond, they create these seeds, they put it in a reactor, which grows the diamond. And so what they've done is they've created this grow process which grows a diamond, and instead of taking 2 billion years, it takes 3 months.
Wow.
Now, the diamond itself it's the same material. 99.9% of the actual material of the diamond is exactly the same. It tests diamond, it does the same reaction, the same reflections, the same brilliance as a natural diamond. But there's one big difference, and I always tell this to people. It's the value of the diamond. After you buy a lab-grown diamond, there's not a lot of value in the diamond. Just because it's lab-grown, it takes 3 months. A natural diamond coming out of the ground takes 2 billion, 1 billion years. There's only a certain amount of diamonds coming out of the ground, so there's a value in that diamond. So once again, it comes back to what is your budget, what you want to spend. I'll always recommend, if you can buy a natural diamond, buy a natural, because it holds value. And once again, it's the first thing you're buying together as a couple is a diamond, really, if you think about it. So there's some value in that diamond, and it goes places, whereas a lab-grown diamond, you get a lot of value up front, meaning you save a lot of money compared to a natural diamond when you buy, let's say, a 3-carat FVS diamond in a natural and a 3-carat FVS diamond in a lab grown. There's a big difference in price.
Can you kind of like give me an estimate? That was actually one of my questions, just like an estimate of how big of a difference.
Depending on the color and the clarity, it can be as much as a tenth cheaper.
Oh my gosh.
A tenth.
Okay. That's insane.
It used to be a lot less as far as the range goes, but now there's more and more being produced in the world. And as you know, as things get more and more produced and more machines and factories being built, the prices are coming down a little bit. Listen, the prices are going to come down in the lab a little bit more, but they're going to stabilize because it does cost money to grow them. These are very expensive machines. You've got engineers that are growing the diamonds. You've still got to certify the diamonds, and you've still got to cut the diamonds. A lab-grown diamond takes the same amount of time to cut as a natural diamond. So, it's really, you're still paying for the cutting, you're paying for the certification, you're paying for the machines. So
it's so crazy because, I mean, I even say lab grown, but I didn't think like, oh, you actually grow it from a seed.
Yes.
That is insane.
You grow it from the seed of a diamond. All these diamonds are created from little seeds from the original diamond rough.
Wow, that's insane.
So that's where it starts.
So let's talk a little bit about different cuts. Can you tell me which one is the most popular?
The most popular is a round diamond, just because it's got the most facets, it's the most brilliant. Round diamonds are usually more expensive than all the other shapes, just because you need more rough to cut a round diamond than any other diamond. And what happens with the fancy shaped diamonds, which are your pear shapes, your ovals, your marquise, your emerald cuts, usually we cut the diamond within the shape of the piece of rough. So whatever rough comes, that's how we'll shape the diamond. The rough will the shape of the rough will determine the shape of the diamond when we cut it.
Okay.
Whereas a round diamond, no matter what the rough is, if you're cutting out a round diamond out of a piece of rough, you're losing a lot more rough, so it becomes more expensive.
Okay, and then would you say that more, I mean, I read this and I don't know if it's true, but more than 50% of diamonds are actually round?
Yes, because they're 50% more popular.
Okay, and it could totally make sense, not only because of the popularity, but I mean, just looking at my tennis bracelet that I'm wearing here, you know, or my wedding bands, you know, or my even necklace, and you know, like it makes sense. All of these are actually round, so you're counting those two, I guess.
Yeah. So because round is the most brilliant, and it's just been around for the longest time, it's easier to build and manufacture jewelry with rounds.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the most popular carat weight. What would you say it is?
I mean, really speaking, today I think 2 carats would be your most popular. Well, I can say 2 carats, but once again, you go back to budget. Originally, it used to be 1 carat, but now things are getting bigger.
Yeah.
Ladies like big diamonds, especially in Texas. Yeah. And so 2 carats is the norm, and 1.5 to 2 carats, I'd say, is your most popular.
Yeah, I think now with social media, you know, everybody kind of like comparing each other.
Correct.
And wanting the grand to, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
they want a nice diamond. Yeah. So, and the good thing about lab right now is it gives a lot of people that didn't have the capability of buying bigger diamonds because of their budget. Now with this lab grown, it's opened up a whole new market to people that have a much smaller budget that can actually buy a much bigger diamond, which is nice. You know, it's actually gives people a lot of options.
Absolutely. So one of the things that I really want to do here is for those ladies who are not engaged to kind of like hint their boyfriends, you know, or their partners to know more about Diamond Factory, because again, he serves the entire country, the entire world, and and everything can be online, right? I mean, if they want to fly in and
100%.
get the experience.
We have a great online presence with thediamondfactory.com, so you can go to our website, you can shop online. We have a huge selection of diamonds, engagement rings, wedding bands, ear studs, tennis bracelets, necklaces, pendants. We have everything online, so we can work online with you, and then you can come in the store and look as well, and we can show you everything physically. So we have a presence online, and we'd like people to come in the store and meet them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And then can we just say that you can work with any budget?
Really? We can work with any budget. I can work with a $500 budget, and I can work with a $1 million budget.
I love that you said that. Yeah.
Yes. So I mean, we're here to help people. We want, when someone comes in to buy a ring, they've got to feel good. They've got to understand it's the beginning of a journey.
Yeah.
And so the whole experience has to be unbelievable, and that's what we try to do at the Diamond Factory.
I love that. Okay, so also I wanted to touch base. Of course, we said like they can come in with a $500 budget for an engagement ring or $1 million. Do you want to stop?
I'm good.
Okay. I'm going to repeat that again. Sorry. People can come here with a $500 budget for an engagement ring and then really go to what you said, like $1 million, which is insane. But I know people will like that and buy that. So keep in mind that, again, you are buying from the people who are cutting these diamonds, and they actually retail these diamonds to someone else, like to other retailers, right?
So you're cutting out the middleman and you're saving money. You're buying wholesale directly from us, which is our concept, and you save a lot of money, you get great service, and we really take care of it. We treat everybody like it's our own family.
Yeah, and Justin can agree to that. And in fact, I mean, you guys Justin is a car person, and he buys and sells cars all the time.
Right.
So he really kind of like asked all the questions that he needed to ask.
Oh, he was very educated, and he's a great car, by the way. So
yeah, thank you.
He did a good job buying your diamond. As you know, it's a beautiful diamond.
I love it. I'm obsessed.
And and so he's a good customer, and he knew what he was talking about, knew what he wanted, and we took good care of him.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, so if I say a word, I want you to tell me kind of like the cut, just to see what you would say. So like the cut, or actually, let's do this first. Describe mine, so people that are actually not looking and they're actually listening to a podcast, like what kind of ring do I have?
You have a round diamond.
Don't say the carat though.
No, I won't say the carat, but it is a nice big diamond. I think this is what we call probably a triple X, which is excellent cut, excellent polish, excellent symmetry. So this type of diamond has got the most brilliance you can get out of a diamond.
Okay, and the band is super thin.
The band is super thin with beautiful diamonds down the band. So it's just a simple, pretty ring that's just stunning and very elegant.
Is that called a pave?
Yes, that's called pave.
All right, sorry.
Okay.
I'm going to say that one more time. So is that called a pave?
Pave, yes.
Okay.
So you got two kinds. You got pave and you got micro pave. Pave is one row of diamonds down the band. Micro pave will be 2 or 3 rows of diamond. Very tiny diamond.
Perfect.
But I like this pave, very simple, thin, beautiful,
I love it.
Elegant look. You know?
I love it. Okay, so let's play that game that I mentioned earlier. So I'm going to say a word, and then you're going to come up with a ring. And of course, later we can actually show them for those people looking at our YouTube channel. Okay, let's start with timeless.
Timeless, I would say something like an emerald cut with baguettes on the side, tapered baguettes. Kind of like that Harry Winston 2 to 3 carat emerald in the middle in a simple platinum setting.
What about elegant?
Elegant, I would say something like a round diamond. A round diamond is just timeless. It's elegant. You can do it simple just on its own without any other diamonds. And it's just got this beauty about it because of its brilliance.
Trendy.
Trendy is an oval. I'd say ovals are very trendy right now. They're very pretty. An oval is kind of a mixture, let's say, of a cushion cut and a round, but it's longer, so you get a bigger look. One thing I can tell you about me, all my diamonds are beautiful. There's not a bad diamond in this place.
That is true. I get so excited just coming here and looking at all the beautiful rocks. Okay, so vintage.
Vintage, I would definitely go with an old mine cut diamond, which is a diamond that was actually cut way back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and maybe up to the 60s.
Okay.
But an old mine cut diamond is one of the most beautiful diamonds with a lot of brilliance, and it's cut. It doesn't have as many facets as the new diamonds,
okay,
but it's just got an unbelievable look about it.
All right, last one is going to be modern.
Modern, I would say today, as far as modern goes, maybe a cushion cut. Nice cushion cut is modern. It's so a cushion is type of a square diamond, but it's got the round look because it's got the curved corners. So a nice cushion is very modern and sophisticated, which is also a beautiful diamond.
Yeah. Okay. So what's your favorite?
My most favorite diamond is an emerald or a round.
Okay. So what does your wife have?
My wife has a square emerald, an Asher cut, which I love.
Oh,
that's
so
actually
cool.
really my favorite.
Yeah, did you design it?
I sure did.
Of course.
And I named my son after it. His name is Asher.
Nice.
So there we go.
And your daughter just got married.
My daughter just got married, and she got a pear shape, and she loves her diamond.
Good. Did they get their diamond here, I hope?
Well, I hope so. He got his diamond over here, and he also got her beautiful bouquet done with you, which I really appreciate.
Yes.
And it looks stunning. They got one in a picture, one in a mold. And I must say, you do tremendous work.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful
thank
product.
You. She got a beautiful piece, a press piece, and a floral block that we would like to showcase on our YouTube video as well. Beautiful, and I'm so glad. A couple things, like I keep mentioning this to everyone. 3 things from their wedding day that people are going to continue to see every single day. One is a few photos of their wedding, their wedding bands from the wedding, and now their flowers.
And that's great. I love what you do. It's really nice. It keeps the wedding timeless from beginning to end, from the rings to the flowers. I think it's an amazing thing that you do.
Well, I'm so glad that we have partnered together and collaborate together.
Great partnership.
Yes. Okay. So I guess before we say goodbye to the listeners, I want to talk a little bit more about the customizations that you can do here, because again, Justin had an idea of my engagement ring and also my wedding bands, which I'll showcase that later. And I actually have them. I'm wearing my bands on my right hand right now, but sometimes I'm actually wearing them before the wedding. But tell me more about how can somebody customize and make their piece truly theirs.
So what we do is when you come in here, obviously you pick out a diamond first, and then you have a couple different options. You can either buy a mounting, which is a ready-made ring. You can do it in white gold, yellow gold, or platinum, or we can custom design a ring for you where we'll actually sit down and you can describe what you're thinking, what you like, and we can sketch it, draw it, and then put it onto a CAD. Or you can bring us a picture of maybe a ring you saw some famous person wearing and you love this ring, or something you saw in a magazine. Tear out the picture in the magazine, bring it to us, and we actually can CAD design it on a computer and make it exactly how you want it. We'll email you pictures of the CAD. You might like the diamonds a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, change the top, change the bottom, put something here, something there, but we can custom design any ring you want.
I love it.
From engagement rings to wedding bands to anything you want. We have an unbelievable design team that does that.
Awesome. So a true white glove experience with you guys.
True white glove from beginning to end.
I love it. Okay, and then I guess one more thing. I didn't actually have this question planned, but if somebody has an engagement ring and they want to change the diamond to either a bigger one or a different setting, is that something that you guys do as well?
100%. What we do is you can come here, we'll trade in your diamond for a bigger one. And if you bought the diamond from us, we'll give you 110% of whatever you paid for the diamond to trade up to another diamond. If you bought it somewhere else, we'll take it in, work with you as close as we can on how much you paid for the diamond, try and give you great value on that and pay you as much. We try to pay as what you paid for it. If not, we work with our diamond and kind of balance it out. So you're getting a good deal either way, and we will upgrade you. And that's one thing we do a lot of.
Yeah, I bet for anniversaries and something like that is
100%.
super popular.
We do a lot of upgrades. Like someone might be married, and 5 years later, they came into some money and they want to upgrade from a 1.5 to a 3 or a 5, and we're more than happy to help them.
I love that. Okay, so how can people find you? How can people find a lot more about the store, about you guys, and then really work with you?
Well, I say the easiest place to find us is Google the Diamond Factory, and you'll come and see our website. There's a bunch of stories written about us and press releases that you can read about online. But going to our website and reading up about us, I think, is the number one place to find us. So all it is, you've got to go to thediamondfactory.com and have a look at all our important information and product that we have.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time.
It's
this
a
was
pleasure.
Amazing. I will be back soon per usual.
Thank you very much for coming, and always looks forward to seeing you.
Let's take a moment to thank Justin for introducing all of us to Diamond Factory. I hope that after listening to my chat with Barry, you feel much more educated going into the diamond buying process. To learn more about all things wedding with other amazing experts like Barry, make sure that you subscribe to Bridal Club.